Yeah. So good evening, everyone. So this is Blue Jet Technologies. So the master program on DevOps with AWS. Guys, yeah. So welcome to good evening, everyone. Welcome to all of you, Blue Jet Technologies. So today we are here to discuss about our master program with AWS with DevOps. AWS with DevOps, guys. So AWS with DevOps course, and it is completely online training. So getting into details of our courses, let me introduce myself, guys. So my name is Hari Cheriko. I'm having 12 plus years of experience as a AWS with DevOps solution architect in IT industry. So currently working in as a senior DevOps engineer in one of the company. It is a product-based company. So I started my career as a Linux engineer. Then I got into opportunity to work on cloud engineer, and then I got opportunity to work on the DevOps engineer. I have done so many certifications like I am a ITL certified, I am ITL VT certified, I am a Red Hat certified system administrator, I am a Red Hat certified engineer, I am a AWS certified solution architect, and I am a Kubernetes certified Kubernetes administrator, guys. Okay, guys, understood? So this is my intro. So regarding the prerequisites for DevOps and AWS. So what are the prerequisites to learn the AWS with the DevOps course? There is no specific prerequisite. Anybody who is passionate to kickstart their career as a DevOps engineer and cloud practitioner can attend this program, guys. Programming knowledge is not mandatory for this course. Graduates, undergraduates, backend developers, so web developers, so non-IT background people also can attend this master program, guys. So what is the course outline for this? DevOps with AWS. So modules we discuss introduction to DevOps world and module Linux operating system. Module 3 is AWS cloud and module 4 is nothing but DevOps tools and module 5 is nothing but a real-time projects and module 6 is nothing but a interview guidance, guys. So interview, so guidance. The module 1, what we will discuss, so what is a DevOps, why DevOps, DevOps lifecycle, SDLC, waterfall methodology, Agile methodology, so what are the DevOps advantages? Speed, improvement, collaboration, rapid delivery, quality and reliability, security. What are the challenges? Right. So simple DevOps, guys. I will tell you simple DevOps. The life cycle, CI/CD. I will tell you everything. This just I will tell you the what is DevOps and why DevOps. Okay. Listen, guys. Yeah. Yeah. So this is master program on AWS with DevOps. Right. Batch 257. Okay, date and time. What is the time now? So 21st May 29. The classes will be so 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So what is DevOps? Why DevOps? So right in this course, what we will discuss, I already told you, right? Initially, we'll discuss the Linux plus AWS plus DevOps, DevOps tools. Okay. So we'll discuss all these tools. We'll discuss about the all these, right. So Linux, in the Linux we will discuss about the Linux, the basic Linux, guys. So we'll discuss about the basic Linux. So and what is DevOps, why DevOps, right? The syllabus what we will cover. So before that, syllabus, so what we will cover the syllabus, guys. So syllabus is introduction to DevOps, called SDSC, SDLC, waterfall and Agile. So introduction to DevOps, world of SDLC. So world of SDLC and Agile and this one and inter introduction to cloud computing, introduction to client cloud computing and Linux OS, Linux commands, Linux shell scripting, Linux shell scripting plus AWS cloud. So we'll discuss. So 15 plus services. How many services? So 15 plus services we'll discuss and the DevOps tools. So DevOps tools, 10 plus tools we'll discuss. What are those? Something like Maven, GitHub, Maven, GitHub, Jenkins, SonarQube, SonarQube, Docker, A8S Kubernetes, Ansible, Ansible, Terraform, and ELK. Terraform and ELK. And we'll show you the real-time projects. So five different tech stack. So we'll discuss about the and interview guidance, something like FAQs, resume preparation, mock interviews, how to apply for jobs. Guys, understood? So this is nothing but a syllabus. So after this master program completely, you can attend the interviews with 3 to 4 years of experience as a DevOps with the AWS engineer. So DevOps with AWS engineer. Right? Guys, understood? So guys, note. So this is online training like you need a desktop or a laptop is mandatory to attend this course. To attend this course, guys. Yeah. So now I will tell you what is DevOps. What is DevOps? Why DevOps? Yeah, guys. So DevOps is a culture. DevOps is used to deliver the projects to a client quickly. DevOps means set of practices. So DevOps means set of practices. Using the DevOps, we can reduce the time of the software development lifecycle. DevOps means collaboration between development team and operations team. I will tell you. I will tell you what is a DevOps. Yeah. So initially, how they are producing a software, how they are producing the software. So what is that, guys? Waterfall model. So what is waterfall model? What is a waterfall methodology? So what is a waterfall methodology? I will tell you. Yeah. So waterfall methodology is nothing but a SDLC. What is that, guys? SDLC. SDLC is nothing but a software development life cycle. What is that, guys? SDLC is nothing but a software development life cycle. So you have a thought, guys. You want to implement the software. What is that? You have a thought, something like so the thought is nothing but a WhatsApp. A thought is nothing but a WhatsApp, right? You have a thought, so you want to implement the, so you want to create the software for the messaging purpose, messaging service purpose. You want to create an application. You have a thought. You are implementing that thought, right? So if you want to implement that thought, what we need, guys? We need a SDLC. What we need? We need a SDLC. What is SDLC, guys? SDLC is nothing but a software development life cycle. What is that? SDLC is nothing but a software development life cycle. Okay, so waterfall method. So waterfall methodology is nothing but first analyze it. So analyze it means so before the WhatsApp, right? So we need to send the messages manually in the mobiles. So we have only 254 characters. It will be there is no images, videos. We cannot send. So we don't know if the message is sending or not. Send is if the message is receiving or not, sending or not. The receiver is receiving or not. The recipient is receiving or not, right? We don't know that parts. For that purpose, we are trying to create a software. That software is nothing but a WhatsApp software. How we can develop that software? You can develop that software through analyze the plan and design, build, test, and deploy. Analyze the plan, build, so design, build, test, deploy. Right. So what is that, guys? Analyze, plan, build, test, deploy. Right. So they are doing what they are doing. First, they are analyzing it, they are planning it, and they are building it, and they are test and deploy. Okay. So something like a plan is nothing but how we can plan. How we can, for example, this is the chart and this is a context. Initially with the chart and context only. So here the developer develop that code, and here the two developer develop that code and push it to the repository called as a, so to push it to the repository. Okay. What this is? This is the repository, guys. So in the repository, whatever the developer develop that code, right? They are pushing it to the repository. The code push it to the repository. Here the code is available. So where they develop the code through Java. So right, this is the .java files. So .java files, so text to deploy. So we need to deploy this, right? So where we can deploy our website, we can deploy our website in the any physical server, any so physical server, right? So this is the physical server. In the physical server, so you can deploy the website. So what is this? This is the web server. So web server is Tomcat, and so where you wrote the Java, you wrote the code in the Java. We need to install Java under Tomcat here. But so Tomcat doesn't know the .java. So Tomcat knows only .jar or .var. Okay, so we can convert here from through the build tool. So we can convert What is that? So in the build tool, we can convert it from .java to .jar or .var, right? So who will the so this is who will do this? This was developed by the developer. So developers. So what they will do? They will integrate the code. They will integrate the code, right? They will integrate the code. Yeah. So what is the integration? What is that, guys? The concept is a integration. Once it is integrated or Java or web. So who will deploy this on the physical server? Operation engineer. Who is this, guys? Operation engineer. So operation engineer like something like a Linux engineer, Windows engineer, whatever it may be, guys. So whatever that is WhatsApp dot jar file, right? That jar file took the developers, the operation engineer, and applied it in the server. WhatsApp dot jar. So they deployed the WhatsApp dot jar in the server. Now the people, the end user will see it in the browser. The end user will see this in the browser. So they'll see it in the WhatsApp browser. So what this is integration and this is a deployment. What this is? Deployment. So what is this? I plus E. I plus I is nothing but a integration. D is nothing but a deployment. So D integration and deployment. Everything through manually. So first develop the code developer, then through the build tool, they will they will convert it the jar or WAR file. So right, this is nothing but a integration. Who will deploy? The development team will operation engineer team. So developer integrate the code and operation engineer deploy the code. Right? Deploy the code. Yeah. So this is nothing but a sequentially. So sequentially, so everything through sequentially, and it will take 60. It will take one. It will take 1 year or 6 months to 1 year to deploy the code. To deploy the code, right, guys? So everything will be manually. Everything will be sequentially. So everything will be sequentially. First analyze, plan, design, build, test, deploy. Okay. Test, deploy. So what is the limitations of a waterfall model? So high amounts of risk and uncertainty. No working software is produced until late night during the life cycle. Once an application is in testing stage, it is very difficult to go back and change something that was not well throughout in the concept stage. So not a good model for the complex and object-oriented projects, not suitable for the projects where requirements are moderate to high risk of the changing. Then Agile methodology comes into the picture. What is that methodology? So the Agile methodology comes into the picture. So what is Agile methodology? So Agile methodology. So in Agile methodology, each project broken up into several iterations. So in the waterfall model, it will take 6 to 1 year, right, to produce the software. And sequentially, if there any issue with the deployment stage, it is very difficult to go back. Right. In the Agile methodology, each project is broken up into several iterations. All the iterations would be the same time duration between 2 to 8 weeks. At the end of the each iteration, the working product should be delivered. So each iteration means so something like it will be once the Agile methodology comes into picture, right? It broken up into the several iterations. A Scrum is coming into the picture. One Scrum is nothing but a 15 days. So we want to deploy every 15 days. We want to deploy on every 15 days. Whatever the feature or bug we want to deploy it on every 15 days. But in the waterfall methodology, so we need to deploy at least once in a while. For example, 12 months. So for that purpose, we don't need to automate the process because of so once a while, right? Why do you need to automate that process, right? So in Agile methodology comes into the picture. Every 15 days, the deployment will be the changes will be deployed to the production environment. So right, every 15 days means this is the repeatable task. We need to automate that process, right? So we need to automate that task. So what limitations of Agile methodology? Codes works in my laptop, development team wants change, operations team. Operations team means who will deploy the code? The operation team. If there is some problem with the code, it does not work in the production. So wants a stability. So wants a stability and wants a change. Then the solution is called as a DevOps. So the solution is called as a DevOps. So DevOps is not a tool. DevOps is a culture or a DevOps is a methodology to integrate development team and operations team. So whatever the tools, so we can use for the development team and integrate team and automate the process is nothing but a DevOps. Guys, now you understood? So what are the process we need to automate? So the automation of the deployment process is nothing but a DevOps. So development team having some tools and operation team having some tools. You can use those tools and automate the process. So we can use automate the process. Guys, understood?
Yes, sir.
Guys, yes, understood, right? Very good. So this is nothing but a waterfall methodology and a agile methodology. Yeah. So once the agile methodology comes into the picture, agile methodology comes into the picture, a continuous integration, continuous deployment. What is that? Here, continuous CI. CI is nothing but a continuous integration. CD is nothing but a continuous deployment. What is that? What is the DevOps, guys? DevOps is nothing but a CI/CD. What is that? DevOps, guys. Guys, speak out. CI/CD.
Yes.
Continuous integration and continuous
Okay.
deployment. So who will provide that software continuous integration and continuous deployment? The solution is so Jenkins. What is that? So Jenkins. Nowadays we have a Bamboo, Hudson, GitLab CI/CD, GitHub Actions. So GitHub Actions, Bitbucket, CI/CD. Every tool having they provide the CI/CD solution. What is CI? CI is nothing but a continuous integration. So continuous integration is nothing but a we can plan a code, build, test up to test. So we can use the CI. CI up to CI. So CD is nothing but a deploy, operate, monitor. So for the planning, coding, building, and testing purpose, we can use the tools Git2, Jira, Maven, Gradle, and JUnit. We can use these tools and we can automate the process. Okay. Docker, Kubernetes, Chef, Ansible, ELK, Splunk, Monitor, Nagios. We can use these tools and deploy, operate, monitor. CD, this is nothing but a CD. This is nothing but a CI. Okay. So what are the stages in the DevOps? Version control maintains different versions of the code, source code management team, continuous integration, compile, validate, code review, unit testing, integration testing, continuous building. And next, continuous delivery. So deploying the build application to the testing servers, performing UAT, continuous testing. The second one is continuous deployment. Deploying the tested application on the prod server for release, configuration management and containerization. Guys, understood? So then continuous monitoring. Now you understood the DevOps stages, version controlling and continuous integration, continuous delivery and continuous deployment. Okay. So yeah. So in the Jenkins, whatever the developer developed that code, right? Took that code and the code and build the compile, code review, unit testing, integration testing package, packaging where or jar. So manually we are doing these steps before, right, in the waterfall model. But Jenkins, so it automatically taken care by all these steps. CD is nothing but to deploy in the servers. Continuous integration and continuous deployment. For that purpose, we can use the, now we understood? So simple DevOps concept. So the developer tests the code and through the DevOps pipeline, we can deploy the application. So fb.com or whatsapp.com end user customer. So we'll send the request to application and response to the application. So that the integration and the development pipelines through the pipelines is nothing but a DevOps. Okay. What is a DevOps? DevOps is the combination of cultural philosophies and practices and tools. So increase an organization ability to deliver applications and services at a high velocity, faster pace than organization using traditional software development and infrastructure management process. This speed enables you to the organization to better serve their customers and complete more effectively in the market. So right, so build, test, release, plan, and monitor purpose, we are using the pipeline. So pipeline. So something like what is a build, test, release? So whether this pipeline. So what are they? Plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, operate, and monitor. So tools used in DevOps. What are the tools? So these all are the tools we are using for the plan as Jira, code purpose, Eclipse, VS Code, GitHub, GitLab, build, Maven, Gradle, NPM, test purpose, TestNG, JUnit, Selenium, SonarCube, release purpose we can use the Jenkins, Circle CI, Nexus, JFrog, deploy purpose we can use Java, Docker, AWS, in or any cloud, operate purpose Ansible, Chef, Kubernetes, monitor purpose Splunk, Nagios, and ELK. Okay, so these all are the tools we can use. So Jenkins CI/CD. The truth from the GitHub account, we can get the code, build the code, test a unit test, code quality. Next, so whatever the code is right, the code push it to the Nexus package, then we can deploy it in the servers. Okay, so this is nothing but a CI/CD. So Jira, why we are need Jira? Agile is a new SDLC methodology to implement the software application. Jira is a tool to use management stories, sprints, Scrum process. Jira contains a project development and work status, story status. GitHub. GitHub is a version control system. GitHub helps you to keep track of code changes. GitHub is used to collaborate on the code. So we create a repository inside the GitHub and concepts connects with the developers' missions to push or pull their code. Git is a client software needed to be installed on the developer mission to connect it with the work with the GitHub and GitLab and Bitbucket. Okay, so Jenkins is a powerful application that allows continuous integration and continuous delivery of the project, regardless of the platform. Everything is a job in Jenkins, like full source code, compile, build, test. It automates the CI/CD work and release the application into the production. SonarCube is an open source software quality program. It is a static code analyzer. Developers has to configure their rules to validate their code. That is a detailed report of code smell, bugs, code duplications, vulnerabilities. This tool supports 25 main programming languages through built-in results. So not a repository manager that allows to store and retrieve the build artifacts. So if organization stores and distribute the artifacts needed for the development. Docker is a container management service. The keyword of Docker are develop, ship and run anywhere. So we can deploy the Docker container anywhere and any physical machine and virtual machine, even the cloud. Docker Hub is the register which holds all the Docker images. Docker image is a packaged format of application with the dependencies. Ansible, Nagios. Guys, understood? Guys, now you understood, right? So what is a DevOps, guys? DevOps is not a tool. DevOps is a culture or a procedure. So the development team and operations team work together and automate the process is nothing but a DevOps. Automate the process is nothing but a DevOps. Guys, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what we will cover, guys? So we will cover on this course. 1 second. Yeah, guys, this is my GitHub account, guys. So we have AWS with DevOps courses, Linux. Yeah, guys. So we'll cover for this course Linux, Module 1, Introduction to Linux, Module 2, Virtual Machine Setup. So Module 3, Virtual Machine Setup with Automation. So client SSH client installation. So okay, Linux concept, shell scripting we discuss. So this is nothing but a Linux and the DevOps course. So in the DevOps course, so we will cover what is DevOps, SDLC, Software development lifecycle. What is Agile and Scrum? DevOps lifecycle, Linux, shell scripting, Mom, and we'll get we'll discuss about the configuration management, Ansible, Docker, Sonar type access. Okay, so Kubernetes monitoring tools, Grafana, Prometheus, ZLK. So Terraform will discuss introduction to cloud computing, elastic cloud computing, introduction to AWS web services, AWS regions and availability zones, EC2 instance, so VM creations. So VABS, elastic Amazon services, load balancer, auto scaling. We already discussed it, right? All these things. Amazon Route 53 relational databases, security intelligence services, Imagine CloudWatch, CloudFormation, S3, SQS, Lambda services, Amazon Simple Notification Services, Interview Guidance. So Elastic Beanstalk. We will discuss all these topics in this course, guys. Guys, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yep, guys. So DevOps is nothing but it's a culture or a procedure. So we can take the development team and operations team work together and automate the process is nothing but a DevOps. So the complete CI/CD continuous integration, continuous deployment through automation, not manually. So we will do the DevOps team will automate the process. It's nothing but a DevOps.
Okay.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yep, guys. So this is the intro, guys. Okay, this is
Okay.
a demo for the AWS. So yeah, so we will start the class from tomorrow onwards. Okay,
Okay, sir.
yep, thank you.
Thanks.